Steve here, doing a review for Marvel's Agent Carter. This would be Season 2, Episode 5, entitled Atomic Job. Sorry I'm so late with getting this review out. I was watching the result of the New Hampshire primary last night, which didn't turn out the way we had predicted. So much for the Orb of Prophecy, That was going to be Jim Gilmore. Wow. We were off on that. Anyway, back to Agent Carter. It was a pretty okay episode tonight. A lot of good comedy. Moved the plot along. First they find Jane Scott's body after Dr. Wilkes. He imagine it's in his head after he touches like this sample from her body that had the zero matter. He absorbs it, and from a second there, he's solid again, and then he can sense where the body is. And as that's going on, Whitney Frost also, she can sense where the body is because they're both connected to the zero matter. So Jarvis and Penny break into this storage area to get the body, but Whitney and Chadwick get there first, and they watch Whitney absorb the dark matter. So now they know she has these dark matter powers. And then later they find out that she's going after a atomic bomb to further increase her powers, and they know that there's an atomic bomb held at some facility with rocks and oil. So once again, they have to find out where that is, and they need to get a key from Hugh Jones, Ray Wise's character. So we get more Ray Wise. Yeah, that was delightful. Peggy goes undercover as a sort of secretary to infiltrate Rocks and Oil and get the key from Hugh Jones. But Hugh Jones, of course, met her last season, so she had to use these memory thingamajigs to put up to his head and make him forget that she was there. And this keeps going on. He's like, wait, don't I know you? Zoomp. He forgets, what's going on? Oh, you're cute. Zoomp. Keeps doing the memory until she finds the key. Like I said, I like Ray Wise. I like how they brought him back this season. And, the scenes that they had him in this week were outstanding. So anyway, they get the key from him. And then Peggy and Sosa, they have to put a team together. And, of course, they got Jarvis. And then they decide they're going to recruit Rose, the one secretary. Why? Because they're worried that the Council of Nine has agents in the SSR. So they recruit Rose because they think they can trust her. Of course, Rose is all too pleased to do that because she's been working the front, the talent agency. She has to put up with these morons who keep coming in. This week they had a one-man band who I guess was playing awful, and she ends up beating the guy up. I am interested in that, the one-man band guy. I thought he was pretty cool. I was wondering if he's going to, because Rose rejected him, and he was seeking fame and whatnot. He's going to come back as some kind of villain, one-man band. Or team up with the other people that she's rejected, the tap dancers and the sort of the sad clown from episode 2. And we'll get the circus of crime. But that might not happen. Anyway, so they get Rose, and then they get the one obnoxious doctor, the one that was whining how no one respected him. And they go to the facility where the nuclear bomb is held. Nice little Easter egg. They went undercover in a van called Civil War Antiques. Yeah, Civil War. Yeah. Keep putting that out. Which makes me wonder, when we see Captain America Civil War, will antiques play any part in that storyline? Well, we'll have to see when the movie comes out. Anyway, they get in there. The scientist guy, he opens some doors, and they go into one where the bombs are being held. Jarvis gets locked in there, and he has to defuse it. Meanwhile, Whitney Frost, she's teamed up with some gangsters, which he introduced the main gangster in this episode, played by Ken Marino. He seemed all right. Kind of atypical gangster type. I like how there's a scene where they meet him, and it's suggested that him and Whitney used to have a relationship. I'm thinking she used to go with him. In the comic books, of course, the Whitney Frost character is the daughter of this big time mafia, or magia as it's called in the comic books, crime lord. But I don't think that's going to be in the series. So anyway, we get interested in him, and this one of his henchmen is looking at Whitney, and he beats the guy up. And I thought that guy was so dumb, because it's the monster guy's like, hey, come here. It's like, you like this girl? Uh-huh. You like her? Uh-huh. And he grabs his tie and slams his head into the table. It's like, how did you not know that was going to happen, guy? I mean, were you not paying attention to what they were saying? I mean, it seemed to me her and monster guy, they used to have a relationship, and he's asking you, do you think she's sexy? You should be like, oh, she's beautiful, but she's a lady. I wouldn't talk to her that way. But anyway, who cares? So moving on, Whitney's there. She gets in a fight with Carter. And of course, Whitney has the zero matter power, so Peggy can't really stop her, and Peggy gets thrown off this ledge and impaled on rhubarb. And then they take her to Sosa's fiance, the nurse. She fixes up Peggy, and then she realizes that Sosa is in love with Peggy, and it's like, wow, that was quick too. And it's sort of like, where are they going with this fiance character? When they first introduced her, I thought she was a mole for Letheon or the Council of Nine, and now she's just basically just there to be create conflict. And of course, Sosa, he proposed to Violet this week, but he didn't have the ring, and now it's like, I think she's going to leave him, and then he's going to find the ring. That's my little prediction. And speaking of predictions, I don't think Chadwick's going to be around for too much longer. Ever since he found out that his wife could suck people into her, he's all nervous about it, so now he's called the Council of Nine. He's like, hey, my wife's crazy, and I think he's going to get wiped out. If not next episode, the one after it, him and the Council of Nine. I think they're going to try to capture Whitney, and then Whitney is going to hook up with the mobster boss, for nefarious reasons, and then they're going to take out the council, and she's just going to, it'll be some scene where she's in the council room. These guys are trying to tell her that she has to take orders from him. She's like, no, she'll kill the Tom character first, suck him up, and then they'll clip to some, the gangsters shooting up the clubhouse, and then by the end of it, she's already sucked up all the council, and then she'll kill Chadwick too. And then the rest of the series is going to be her and the mobster boss are doing evil things. That's my prediction on that, and we'll see how that turns out. I'm hoping, though, if she does wipe out the Council of Nine, Hugh Jones, Ray Wise's character, gets away so we can have more of him. And that's all I had to say for this review.